I'm kind of nervous about tomorrow, being St. Patrick's Day and all.
Why you nervous about that?
Well, I mean, normally you'd think somebody like me would own just a lot of green, but I really don't. And even when I do have green, I always forget it and then I just get pinched. Has that ever happened to you?
No, no, nobody ever pinches me. I don't get pinched too often. But I never wear green either. I think it's my cantankerous face. It just runs them off.
Or maybe you are just wearing something green and you didn't realize it. Like sometimes I show up to school and I forget what color my socks are.
It's always a possibility. I got a kind of greenish tooth in the back of my mouth here. Maybe they see that when I smile, but I rarely smile. But yeah,
Oh, that's kind of genius, though. If you have a green tooth, you don't have to put anything green on. Maybe I need to get a green tooth.
not intentional. I don't take good. I didn't do good with my teeth. My ears. That's all. But I don't know. You seem to have a piece of lettuce on your front of your teeth every day. I'm surprised the kids pinch you.
That's also a good point. Maybe I need to make sure I have lettuce in my mouth, and then that way they won't pinch me in case I forget to wear something green.
That'll work. You always have food in between your teeth. Yeah, that'll work perfectly. Just a big old chunk of lettuce right there from your salad.
I know we're technically staff, but do we pinch them if they don't wear green? Or do we just pretend not to see it?
Pinch them. Go for it. Why not? Why wouldn't you pinch them?
I mean, that's a fair point. I guess it is in the spirit of the holiday. If you don't wear green, I think you're kind of asking for it.
That's right. Those little brats deserve to be pinched. If not for not wearing green, at least for their for their grades. At least for their grades, they deserve a pinching.
That's true. The report cards are colored, and if you have a C, it's green.
Yeah. It ain't for good either. It's for crappy grades. That's what the green is for. Green crap. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
So maybe that's the incentive we give them to do good. I never really considered forcing it like that, but I mean, if we haven't tried it, we don't know if it works.
I'm thinking about bringing some needle nose pliers to work tomorrow and start pinching kids now that you mention it. That's a fantastic idea. Everybody doesn't have on green. I'm just going to hit them with my pliers.
I don't know. I feel like the spirit of the holidays, you have to do it with your fingers. Are you allowed to use pliers?
I don't know. I never read the rule book on it, so I'm not sure. Shouldn't be a problem.
Now that you mention it, I've never read the rule book on St. Patty's Day either. Is there a rule book?
I'm sure a leprechaun somewhere has one. One of your ancestors.
I'm sure. Does that mean we have to find a leprechaun to find the rule book to understand the holiday?
Yeah, you might have to. But they're kind of squirmy. You'll never be able to really catch one. Slippery.
Yeah. I mean, I've never seen one, so they have to be fairly elusive.
I got close to one time.
Did you really? What were they like?
A jerk. What else did you expect them to be like? Stealing pots of gold and cussing people out? I mean, Lucky Charms and all this other stuff? No, of course, they very impolite people.
I don't know. I mean, if they have a pot of gold at the end of a rainbow and they have four-leaf clovers, which are supposed to be lucky, I don't know. I kind of imagine they'd be nice.
No, they're arrogant fellas. They hop around with their little boots on and their stockings, and they got their fists balled up all the time trying to fight people. They're very brutal, man. You don't want to deal with those type of people. Arrogant.
Maybe the one that you just met was having a bad day. I'd hate to think that all leprechauns are like that.
They are like that. I tried to boot him right in his little hind parts, but he slipped off and I slipped. I might have fell on my hind parts.
See, but the next thing you're going to say is something like unicorns stink and they don't like people.
They do. Have you ever smelled unicorn puke? Actually,
no.
It smells delicious. But unicorns in general, they're pretty awful also.
You're telling me you've met a leprechaun and a unicorn? Lucky? Why didn't I get to meet stuff like that?
Because you suck. But look, unicorns don't want to actually, they're not polite people. Like, they try to ram you. You don't want to deal with them. You think that little one horn is something special and cute? They're vicious with
Yeah, it's magical, isn't it?
it's a weapon. And they also use the men. They bang each other in the head to try to find the women to mate with those things. That's what it's for. Only the males have those.
Wait, so do females just look like horses?
Like little colored ponies.
You mean all of the unicorns that we see in journals and movies and posters with the rainbows and the glitter and the sparkles, they're all boys?
Yep. Kind of sexist, isn't it?
I mean, I think it's kind of progressive, but it's kind of boring that the girls just look like horses.
Well, you have to consider it this way. What does peacocks do when they're trying to get the attention of women?
Take them to dinner.
Put those big feathers out and they strut around with them. They're beautiful, but they're really only looking beautiful. Those are the males. They look beautiful for the women. The same thing with unicorns.
Oh, so the males have to be pretty or else the females don't want them.
Right. And then, once they're chosen, that's when they take them out to dinner.
Oh, so I mean, I don't want to say that, there's like an attractiveness or anything, but what happens if you're an ugly unicorn or an ugly peacock? Do you just never find love?
You don't find love, and eventually, you get weeded out. Yeah, nature gets rid of you eventually. You're lenient,
And takes you where?
typically you get eaten by some type of animal who actually is a predator, and because you don't have a family to protect you, you get eaten. You're easy target. You're a mark. Kind of like you.
Okay, but you said that they don't have a family to protect them. But what happens? I'm not saying this has happened, and I'm not judging any peacocks or unicorns out here. Don't want to pass off that judgment, especially because I haven't met any. But what happens if the whole family is ugly? Then they can't be eaten by predators because there's a whole group of them. They might be ugly, but there's a whole group of them.
Well, typically the ugly ones live long when they're in groups because have you ever tried to fight with an ugly person? They fight the best. Ugly people fight really well. And it goes the same for the animal kingdom. The ugly ones, the best brawlers. I had an ugly guy beat me up one time. Oh
So,
my goodness, it was the worst behind whooping I ever took in my life. That guy, everything I threw, he just could dodge it.
so you can't fight. That's what I'm hearing.
Test me out, Landon. You know I can fight.
No. I'm just trying to make sure that your theory lines up. All I'm saying is that if you lost the fight, maybe that means you can't fight because you're not ugly.
No, I can fight. I'm the only good looking guy that can fight. Most ugly people, I'm just saying this guy, if ugly on a scale from 1 to 10 was a thing, this guy is at least a 12 on the ugly meter. The barometer of ugly. He ranks up there. That's the only guy that got.
Oh, I've heard the barometer of ugly is rough, and he's a 12. So does it scale? Like the uglier you are, the better you can fight?
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm saying. And it goes the same with these peacocks. These peacocks and these unicorns, the ugly ones, like the ugly unicorn looks like a mule. That's what he looks like. And and they even squeal weird. It's terrible. But they can fight though.
Well, I mean, I guess that makes sense. Like if you lose a sense, like you can't see anymore, you can't smell, supposedly like your other senses get heightened.
Right.
I guess that makes sense. If you're ugly, you kind of make up for it in the universe by being able to fight.
Really well to defend your ugliness because people are always teasing you about how ugly you are. So you have to be able to protect yourself. They're very sensitive.
Is that like defending your honor? Does honor mean ugly?
No, it doesn't, Landon. But it is kind of like defending it, though, in a sense. You wanna. Well, I guess you could defend your honor. If I walked up to, say for instance, Patricia in the lunchroom, and I said, "Patricia, you're ugly," now we all know Patricia's ugly. But if I said it to her, you can bet your bottom dollar Patricia would get a hold of me, and she'd really put a beating on me. I'm pretty sure.
I don't know. I don't think Patricia's that ugly, but I mean, I guess the real test here is just how well they can fight.
No, that's not the test. All that stuff that's oozing out of Patricia's face and her ears all the time. That's the test. She's ugly.
But wait, what if she's the opposite of you? You said you're good looking and can fight. What if she's not as attractive but can't fight? What does she do then?
So look, this is what you do. Test the theory, Landon. Tomorrow you go right up to Patricia, you know, and you just grab her by that eye patch she has, and you say, "What's all that stuff oozing out your eye, Patricia? You're ugly." And see what happens.
I can't say that to her. She gives me extra mashed potatoes.
She feels bad for you. She pities you. Between you and I, she calls you ugly.
Well, why would she pity me? Nuh-uh.
Okay. But anyway.
Okay, so if I'm ugly, that means I can fight, right?
You actually might be the one flaw in my theory. I don't know. I think you might be.
I don't like where this conversation is going.
Anyway, so what are your people gonna do tomorrow, Landon? What are your leprechaun people planning for tomorrow?
Well, I don't know. I don't know any leprechauns, but I mean, me and my mom, well, she wears green. If I remember, I'll wear green. And then we come to school. We set up a leprechaun hunt in the cafeteria.
Right.
Do you know about that?
I know about it. But before we move on to this leprechaun hunt, which I'm curious about, you said you don't know any leprechaun. You serious? You don't have leprechaun blood in you?
No, not that I know of, at least.
Yes, I just knew for a fact that you were part leprechaun this entire time. None in your genetic bloodline. Have you done Ancestry.com to see if you have any leprechaun in you?
No, I've done gooseentry.com.
Yeah, we know you got goose in you.
Well, yeah, I'm part goose. I don't know. Can you be part goose and part leprechaun? I feel like that's a lot.
Some people have all kind of stuff in. I'm sure you can at least have a percentage of leprechaun. How else did you get this height?
I don't know. Have you seen how short geese are?
Well, that only explains your head. And it explains that long neck of yours, but I don't understand the whole thing with your height, though.
I don't know. Maybe you're right and I am part leprechaun. Wait, but if I'm part leprechaun, that's even more messed up that I haven't met any.
Well, I told you they were crappy people. You didn't believe me?
No, I still don't believe you because I'd like to meet one and see for myself.
Goose are crappy people, too, though.
Geese are just misunderstood. Let's be clear.
No, they're not. I had one running
Geese are not
a
mean.
few days ago. I was walking, and I was just trying to get a picture of him. He was a good-looking fella. And then he just was like, "Move it, fatty." He grunted it at me. Called me a fatty.
Well, did you ask his permission before you took a photo?
No, but he's an animal. Why couldn't I do it?
Okay, how would you feel if one of the students came up to you and just snapped a picture and started walking away?
How else did you think I got TikTok famous, Landon? Yeah, of course. What happens?
Okay, but a video, like they're doing challenges with you. You came up and took a photo, and maybe, just maybe, that goose in particular was feeling really bad about himself that day. Maybe he was having a bad hair day. Maybe he didn't look that great. And then some random man who he doesn't know strolls up and just click, takes a photo.
Yeah. Well, that explains that individual scenario. Now explain to me why all these geese take dumps on my head when they fly by. I heard they're very good aims. They have very good aim.
Well, they do have very good aim, but I mean, maybe they don't realize that that's your head. I mean, not to say anything about the way your head looks, but from the top down, it kind of does look like a rock.
Well, that's fair.
Like a very shiny rock. And you know, there's rocks along the lake and in the lake. And if you could fly, I bet those rocks would look like targets to you. So maybe, just maybe, they think that your head is a rock that they're trying to poop on.
I'll accept that. I'll accept that. That's a fair point. Whatever, though. Hey, so what's up with this leprechaun hunt?
Oh, so the leprechaun hunt is a school-wide event that we do, and we do it in the cafeteria. When all of the students are in their classes, we get some of the teachers together, whoever wants to participate. It's usually me and Barbara from down the hall.
Okay.
We get everything together, and we get like little paint, and we make like little leprechaun feet that are walking and then being drugged through the cafeteria.
Right.
And then we set it up like a crime scene because the leprechaun has been kidnapped, and it's up to the students to find him or pay the ransom.
So what happens most times? Do they find him or do they pay the ransom?
Well, technically there isn't a ransom, so there isn't a ransom to be paid.
Okay.
So they usually find him. It's only happened once or twice, 3 times actually, that they couldn't find the leprechaun. And so we just had to tell them that the leprechaun got out on his own and escaped.
Wouldn't it be a better idea to just enforce the ransom? I see dollar signs. I don't know if you can see the twinkle in my eye, but I see dollar signs in this. There's a lot of opportunity here, Landon.
Well, I don't know. I mean, I've never met a leprechaun. I've never spoken to a leprechaun. I don't know what a leprechaun would be worth or why anybody would really kidnap a leprechaun now that I think about it. So maybe this whole system is flawed. Doesn't matter. The kids have fun about a leprechaun being kidnapped.
You know, I wonder if it's too late to get a leprechaun costume. We dress you up, and you the kidnappee, and then we collect the ransom when this doesn't work out, and you get none of the money.
Well, we could do that. We did do that one year. We had the janitor dress up like a leprechaun, and we hid him away. And if I recall correctly, I don't think anybody ever found him.
To this day?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's when the new janitor took over, because technically the old janitor, the principal says went missing.
Yeah.
But I think he's still committed to the leprechaun abduction.
And a janitor go AWOL. I don't like that story. I don't want to hear any more about it. I don't want to be a part of that crime scene when that comes out. When they hit 60 Minutes, I don't want to be interviewed for it because I didn't know about it. So we're going to act like you didn't tell me that one. But I do like Lenny, the new janitor, though. Lenny's a good guy. So, however we got him, sorry, Frank. We lost Frank, but we did get Lenny, and I like Lenny.
I like Lenny, too. I mean, I do miss Frank, and I miss how much Frank likes St. Patrick's Day. But, I mean, who knows? Maybe one day we'll find him.
Yeah, I'm sure you will. I guess I'll stop going in that warehouse during business hours now that I know this. Gee.
Well, I mean, I applaud him for his commitment to the bit.
I don't think he's trying anymore. All right, Landon. So we're gonna leave that leprechaun hunt thing alone. I don't. You really made that unattractive to me. I don't know how you managed to do so well, but you did.
Well, I mean, you're the one that says you don't like leprechauns to begin with. I didn't think you'd like it in the first place.
Well, I saw some money. I saw an opportunity for money, but it's not worth it. So what color am I supposed to wear? I really don't follow this whole thing. Am I supposed to wear green tomorrow? Is that what you told me?
Yeah, you're supposed to wear green or you get pinched. Though you're supposed to be pinched with fingers, but you said you're bringing pliers, so I don't know if anybody else is going to have pliers.
Yeah. I don't have good feeling in my fingers no more like that, So I'm not going to use my fingers. I'm going to use the pliers.
Oh, well, that's fair. I guess if you can't really use your fingers, we can't stop you from participating. So I guess the pliers are okay.
It's going to work. Well, I don't have no green in my wardrobe that I can think of now. Now that I'm thinking about it. I wear a lot of green. A lot of gray. Gray and navy.
You could always just tell them that your underwear's green. I've done that before. I forgot one year and I really didn't want to be pinched, so I just told everybody, my underwear's green, because you can't see it, so who's going to check?
Our students didn't check?
No.
I have a hard time believing that one. Especially you. As many wedgies as they give you, they didn't just give you one right there on the spot to check?
No, surprisingly, they believed me. Or maybe my underwear was actually green. I don't fully remember.
Maybe they had already given you one of those, what do the kids call them? Atomic wedgies? Maybe they had already given you an atomic one and you were walking around with your underwear over top of your head already. And you just didn't realize it.
I mean, I can't say I didn't if I didn't realize it, so it's possible. This leprechaun that you know,
Right.
do you think they could come help with the leprechaun hunt?
He's not a pal. He's just some fella I came across one day. Many years ago.
In Miami or somewhere else?
Yeah, where else is strange stuff happen in America?
You mean everywhere's not like here?
Not at all. Everywhere else is a paradise compared to here. But yeah, I came across him some years ago.
Okay, well, St. Patty's Day is tomorrow, so we have a day to maybe get a leprechaun for the leprechaun hunt. And maybe that's what we were missing. Because the old janitor, Frank, love him to death. He wasn't a leprechaun. So maybe that's why it just didn't go well. Maybe we need an actual leprechaun to do it.
Yeah, nobody was gonna buy that. Frank was 6'4". I don't know how you ended up trying to convince everyone he was a leprechaun.
I don't know how tall or short leprechauns are. I just kind of thought some of them were short, just like how some people are short.
They're all roughly your height. But with that being said, we can go to out to the hills. You know, close nearby the nearby mountains and whatnot, out in the forest. You can find probably a leprechaun there. That's where I was at.
Okay. Hey, if we do find him out in the hills, maybe we'll find his pot of gold too, and then there's the stuff we can use for ransom. Assuming he's okay with it, of course.
Nah, that's not gonna work. I'm not going back out there no more. Real terrible experiences out there. Not only did I have that, that's where I found the unicorn also. I found both of those out there.
Aw, but I don't want to go by myself. But I really do want to see a leprechaun and a unicorn.
Yeah, well, the mobsters do business out there too. You don't want to be out there.
Oh, but I'm not worried about them. They're nice.
How you figure that?
Because they run most of the businesses in Miami, North Dakota.
You have relationships with these people?
Are we talking about the people mob or the goose mob?
I'm talking about the people mob. There's a goose mob?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
The people mob, they're okay. They seem really nice. The goose mob, they run most of the businesses and are feared.
So the geese are the ones I have to worry about.
Mm-hmm. I heard that there's a people mob only because the geese let them have one.
Wow. No wonder the people mob is out there in the middle of nowhere doing business. Trying to get away from those gangster geese.
Oh, yeah, that would make sense. I guess if you did it on their turf, the geese would want to cut.
That makes total sense. That explains it. Well, you know, I didn't know, but now I know.
I mean, if I was doing business and didn't cut the geese in, I'd also go hide in the woods. But I'm not doing that, so I don't have to go hide in the woods. But I would love to go to the woods to find a leprechaun if someone would come with me.
I'm not going. You can ask your mother. You can ask Jeff. You can ask anybody. Hell, you can ask that gal that used to come up to the job with us, whatever. But yeah, you can ask anybody, but I'm not going. I learned my lesson.
But what if we find the leprechaun and then as a reward for coming with me, you maybe get a piece of his gold?
No. How about you go and give me a piece of your gold anyway? I can't do all that damn walking anyway, Landon. My knees swell up so bad.
Well, then how did you get out there in the first place? Oh, makes sense. I don't know. I guess I can go by myself. I mean, what's the worst that'll happen?
Yeah? Even then, that's not so bad. So you go for it.
How would I die in the woods? It's the woods.
Okay. Well, you got goose mob connections. You'll be fine.
I am part goose, so if anybody's gonna go get lost in the woods, I guess I have the best chance.
Yeah, you'll be fine. Just tell them you're Sharon's boy, and they'll know. They'll know to leave you alone.
Okay, well, I guess tonight I'll go try and find a leprechaun. Do they come out at night or do they sleep at night like we do?
That I don't know now. I must be honest with you. I'm not too sure. I'm not an expert on this whole leprechaun thing, but it was daytime when I saw one.
Okay. Well, I'm no expert, but I know if I'm going to find one, there's got to be a rainbow. So tonight, before the sun sets, we just have to hope there is one.
No, I think you're out of luck there, pal. You're not gonna find a rainbow in the middle of the night. What are you? Are you blind? You need some mushrooms probably and see a rainbow though. Yeah, I don't know. You into that psychedelic stuff?
Maybe that's it. Maybe I need to make a rainbow, and then that will lead me to the leprechaun.
I don't know. Like, then they are pretty addicted to those rainbows. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's the drugs they're on. So maybe if you can get a big piece of cardboard and then you just paint you a rainbow on it and just hold it up in the middle of the woods, like, come here. They'll come.
That's a really good idea. I can stop by the arts and crafts room after this and get the supplies that I need to make a little rainbow portrait.
Yeah. If you build it, they'll come. That's profound. They should put that in the movie.
That's
If you build it, they will come. Yeah. Build it, Landon.
Is the movie about leprechauns?
It's probably about baseball or something. I don't remember. But yeah, it would.
Oh, I mean, I would watch a movie about leprechauns playing baseball.
Watch them play baseball. Those little stink pots. They don't play baseball well. They're not athletic at all. Not good.
But what if it was the leprechauns playing baseball against the unicorns?
That game would suck. You know what I would like to see leprechauns play though? Because they got those little short legs and stuff like that. Maybe soccer. Maybe that would be pretty good. Just trotting along, little legs moving like a wheel.
I don't know. Them being small might make them fast. I'd like to see them play football.
It'd be hilarious. Those little big heads running around and stuff like that, moving 100 miles an hour real fast. They run real fast.
Yeah. Aren't leprechauns magical, though?
I don't know. He was.
Well, if they are.
If he was doing anything special, he was too busy swearing at me.
Well, if leprechauns are magical, wouldn't we have to set up like a whole new set of rules to play sports? Because think about it. Like the sports that we all play now, you don't have to worry about anybody using magic or doing anything like that. We've never had to worry about that. But if the leprechauns play, we'd have to set new ground rules.
Maybe you're onto something. But once again, I don't know if they're magical. Now, I know, look, there's a rumor now, Landon. I haven't verified it, but I heard unicorn poop is magical. So if you can actually be lucky enough to scoop some in a bag, you can do whatever you want.
But how am I supposed to tell the difference between unicorn poop and any other kind of poop?
Hard, gold, and glittery.
Hard, gold, and glittery.
Gold and
okay.
Stone. But it's a swirl. You know how the emoji poop looks on your phone? Looks just like that minus.
Yeah.
And it's not brown, it's gold. Glitter right there on the hair.
Okay. So after this, I have to go make a rainbow to try and find the leprechaun in the middle of the woods. And while I'm there, I also need to look for golden emoji poop on the ground.
Magic gold turd. Look for that while you're at it.
Magic gold turd looks like the emoji.
Yeah.
Okay.
Look on the swirl part at the top. Don't forget.
Okay, look for a swirl. That's a lot to remember.
You don't have to do it. It's all what you want to do.
Yeah, but I want to go find one.
I mean, you must really like Saint Valentine. What is the day? Not Saint Valentine. What is it? Leprechaun Day.
St. Patrick's Day?
Yeah, you must like St. Patrick's Day a lot. You go through all this effort.
Well, I mean, if we're being completely honest, because it is just the two of us. I'm not doing it for the holiday.
Doing it. What are you up to, Landon?
Don't get me wrong. Like, I think it'd be great for the kids to meet a leprechaun. And okay, this is going to sound really selfish of me, but I want to go into the woods just to meet a leprechaun for myself. Is that bad?
What is it, like something on your bucket list or something?
Well, it wasn't before this show, and now it is.
What did you hear me say about leprechauns that made them sound appealing to you? I'm not sure. I don't get it.
You said you met one.
That was enough?
Yep.
I met you, but it don't mean I was happy about it. I'm very regrettable about it. I'm not sure why meeting a leprechaun. This is add up.
See? But you told me that you met a leprechaun, and now I want to meet a leprechaun. So maybe if you tell other people that you met me, other people will want to meet me. It is kind of like the cycle of life.
That's not it. And look, if I told somebody else I met you, which I never tell people I know you, if I did tell somebody I knew you, it would be more like a gag kind of wanting to see, like laughing at you, not with you. Kind of like you see an accident and you can't look away. That's how they would do you. Coming to see you.
Wait, but if they're laughing at me, is it because I said something funny?
No, it's just the human that you are. You're laughable.
Oh, because I'm just funny as a person.
Yeah, but not ha 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 ha. That was humorous, Landon. It was, look at this dweeb, ha 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 ha. That kind of way, like that. Yeah.
But they're laughing with me.
At you.
Because I'm funny.
Looking, yes.
Okay. So even the way that I look can make people laugh. Wow, I didn't know I was that funny.
No, you're not funny at all. You as a human, you're far from funny. But your characteristics.
Oh, wait. So people are going to laugh at me. So am I funny or am I not funny? Because you're giving me some really conflicting information right now.
Personality-wise, you're far from funny. Everything about you is funny, though.
Oh, so I'm just really good at like physical comedy.
Yeah, you can put it that way. Yeah, you've mastered physical comedy.
Oh, okay, like a mime or a clown.
Clown is appropriate. Yes, just like a.
Okay, so I'm kind of like a clown.
Yeah,
I can do that. I can roll with that. Who doesn't want to be a clown?
Me. I don't.
Why don't you want to be a clown? Clowns are fun.
No. I got clown salary already.
Is it the big shoes?
What?
I said, is it the big shoes? Because those do look like they would hurt your back after a while.
They look pretty comfortable to me. My feet swell up pretty bad. So I would say, yeah, they look comfy. It's not the shoes. That's not a turn off at all. You know, maybe it's the paint on the face and the goofy mannerisms and stuff like that, and children reaching up and wanting to touch you and stuff, you know. But I deal with that already.
I was about to say, you're kind of a high school guidance counselor, so besides the makeup and sometimes the big shoes and maybe the clown car, we're really not that different.
Yeah. You know, you do have a little car that we drive, man. That little Prius that we always ride around in. It's just like a little clown car, actually. You know, and I swell up so bad in it.
Yeah, so maybe we're just missing the big shoes and the makeup.
The big shoes make it better. I do wear suspenders, too. I don't like where this conversation is going, Landon. You're trying to portray me.
But maybe that's the key. Maybe that's how we get the students' attention more, as we, I dare say it, dress like clowns, and then maybe we'll get their respect more. Who wouldn't want a high school guidance counselor that's a clown?
Speak for yourself. They respect me. I don't have to worry about that. Now, speaking of, though, do these kids, have they been coming and asking you more and more questions lately?
They have. They really have. I've been surprised because they went through kind of a dry spell, and I was like, maybe this is it. Maybe we've done our job, and they no longer need us, which was kind of sad. And now it's like they were just kind of backed up.
Yeah. Some of the kids said that we've been ignoring them and we don't respond to their questions and I don't know. I once again I don't know how to type, so I don't ever check the stuff that they send over. Have they sent over us any questions or something? Because I've been getting a lot of people coming in with questions.
I mean, I'll look at the email. I forgot that you don't check the email because I never check it. It was always Charlotte's job.
What the hell is that?
The other counselor that used to be with us,
Oh yeah.
right?
Yeah, yeah.
Or did I make that up?
No. Oh, big hands. Yeah. Yeah, it was her. Yeah, she used to check it.
Ooh, here's a really good one.
It better be good because these kids been bugging the hell out of me.
What simple rule would fix the world if everybody followed it?
What you got for this, Landon? What simple rule would fix the world?
I think the rule would be nice. I think if everybody was nice, all of the world's problems would disappear. Because think about it, all of the problems that we have are kind of just people being mean. And that's really it.
I couldn't disagree more, Landon. I couldn't. I say the one thing that you could do that would fix everything in the world is to improve bathroom etiquette. It's just the worst thing ever when you're really in a rush to get to that bathroom and it's just pee all over the toilet. Improve bathroom etiquette. Or close the door while you're in the bathroom. I don't leave your stall wide open talking to me. Disgust me.
I'm not saying that I'm wrong because I really do like my answer, but I can't say that I disagree with you. I think maybe if there was more bathroom etiquette, a lot of problems would go away.
Yeah. How many of those kids meet up and fight in the bathroom? It's because of bathroom etiquette.
That's true. And have you ever gone to the bathroom and you're already kind of having a rough day and maybe you've run out of toilet paper or the sink starts leaking or you splashed water everywhere and your day just gets worse?
Yeah, you see my point now, right, Landon? You see it?
Yeah. How many major problems in the world have started? Like world leaders getting angry or farmers getting upset because something happened in the bathroom.
That's right. I'm sure that
Maybe.
was because of the UN members was meeting up there at the UN in the bathroom, and somebody, flooded the toilet, and they got all on their good Gucci shoes, and then they got all upset. Fight. Next thing you know, a war breaks out. Bathroom etiquette.
Yeah, I mean, shoot, I think that your answer is the best one. I think bathroom etiquette's really where it's at.
This is everything.
Oh, well, here's another question that I guess kind of goes along with etiquette. What are your worst red flags in people?
Red flags.
Yeah. What's your biggest red flag about a person?
5'1" male, blonde hair, ridiculous yellow shirt. That is always a red flag for it's going to be a problem.
Yeah, that kind of sounds like it is. I'm kind of glad we don't know anybody like that. Am I right?
You're right about that. Good thing. What is your flags, Landon?
I don't know. I mean, this may be a little on the nose, but I don't like it when people have red flags. Like, have you ever seen somebody just have like a literal red flag in their pocket? Just doesn't make any sense to me. Why do you have a flag and why does it have to be red?
Yeah, it's like you just some type of bullfighter or something like that walking around with a red flag in your pocket.
Right. We don't have any bulls here, so why do you have it? I am all for, trying new things with fashion, but I just don't think people can pull off a red flag.
Yeah, red flag. That doesn't work well at all. I've never seen it go that good. You're right. But let me see. Let me think about this answer here. Let me give an honest answer here. I mean, that was an honest answer I gave, but let me give a better answer. Red flags, huh? Bad breath. Bad breath is always a red flag. Yeah, because it lets you know what you're getting into with a person right off the bat. If halitosis hits you right in the face as soon as you meet them, you should turn around and leave. Because, they're not a cleanly person. They don't take care of their mouth, so you can imagine what's going to come out of it in the future. They're going to talk a lot of crap to you, literally and figuratively, and you're just going to end up hating that person's guts. So bad breath is my answer for red flag. We'll go with that.
That's fair. I mean, I feel bad for the people who can't help but have bad breath, but you're right. If somebody has bad breath, what are the odds that they have something wrong? Maybe they just didn't take care of themselves.
I mean, odds are, once the breath that comes out is bad, anything can come out of that mouth. So you just got to beware.
Now that I think about red flags, I'm gonna circle back to your answer to the first question. I think a major red flag is not having bathroom etiquette. And I mean specifically if you use the bathroom with the door open.
Yeah.
Because don't get me wrong, I want everybody to be as comfortable as possible in the bathroom. I think that being uncomfortable in a bathroom is terrible and it just makes people upset. But if I walk into the bathroom and you just have the door open, then I'm embarrassed because the door is open, and then you're embarrassed because the door is open, and then we're both embarrassed and upset in a bathroom when we didn't need to be. So maybe if everybody just shut the door, we'd be fine.
Yeah, I agree with that. That makes a lot of sense. Did I ever tell you about the time that I walked in the bathroom and, I don't know the guy's name. I don't know the fella's name, but he didn't have his stall door closed all the way. It was kind of cracked, and I walked in, I pushed it open, and he was just sitting there booty ball naked on the toilet, using the bathroom. It's the teacher. It's the home ec teacher. I forgot whatever his name is, but he teaches home ec class over there, and he was just sitting there butt naked. And he looked at me, and I looked at him, and I said, "Oh," and I clutched my pearls, and he clutched his pearls, figuratively, because he was naked. Course, and we just was so uncomfortable, and it smelled awful.
I've only walked in on somebody using the bathroom once here, and that was when they were doing some major plumbing work in the school, so a lot of the bathrooms were unavailable, including the staff bathrooms. So I thought, well, surely the cafeteria workers have to go somewhere. So there's got to be one in the cafeteria somewhere.
Right.
Or maybe just one out back. I don't know. So I found my way into the kitchen, just walking through, and boom, there's the bathroom right across from the stove. Well, now that I say this story, I can't exactly blame them because they didn't leave the door open. There was no door.
Okay. And
so maybe it isn't their fault.
So hold on.
Maybe I've been.
What happened now? Hold on now. You cutting this story short. So you got right across from the stove. You saw the bathroom, and
and somebody using the bathroom.
By the stove in the cafeteria. What?
Well, I mean, they weren't like. It was a toilet.
Positive. Now this isn't some utensil to cook, is it?
No. And I mean, like, they weren't right next to each other. There was like 6 feet between the stove and the toilet.
Okay. I was very concerned for my lunch. I spent a lot of time in that cafeteria land, and I was very worried.
I know, which is why I'm surprised you don't know the toilet that I'm talking about. Maybe it's not there anymore. I don't know. But there wasn't a door, so... I mean, maybe I've just gotten so upset about people leaving the bathroom door open that I've neglected to notice if they can shut the door.
Were they doing a 1 or a 2 when you walked in?
I'm not entirely sure. I didn't ask.
Oh, okay. Maybe they were doing a half. somewhere in the middle. Doing both. 3, yeah.
Number 3?
You ever sat down in 3 before? You know, you had to have.
No.
The worst. Or you think you're sitting down to do a 2 and then nothing but a 1 comes out. And you just feel horrible about yourself.
You feel like you've wasted the bathroom.
I could have just stood through this. Now my knees hurt for no reason. And I had to lay down toilet paper all around the bowl first. So now I done made this nice, safe, clean toilet bowl tissue.
Mm-hmm. You made a little nest for nothing.
Just down here just peeing. Just a waste of toilet paper and time and effort. And then your cheeks get sweaty.
You were bamboozled by your own body.
Slip around on your cheeks because your cheeks are sweaty, and you don't get it all off. It's just a horrible time. Yeah, I never done this though.
Which is why bathroom etiquette is so important.
Yeah, you're right. This is you own to something, and I gotta give it to you. Bathroom etiquette. I said it for my answer, but I think it stands for your answer also. You're right about that, Landon.
And I guess for our final question on the topic of etiquette and St. Patrick's Day, we had a question about our worst, red flags. Somebody also wants to know what our biggest green flags are.
Green? What is that? Explain that to me. I don't know what that one is.
So if like a red flag is like a no or like a bad fashion choice, having a red flag, a green flag is something you like.
Hey, let's finish it right, Landon. Bathroom etiquette. That's the biggest green. Yeah, bathroom etiquette.
I think you're right. If somebody has proper bathroom etiquette, I really can't think of a greener flag.
There you go. It's the only right answer at this point. Guess it was the obvious one.
If you walk in the bathroom and the door is shut, neon green flag.
Neon green, nice and bright. I like that answer, Landon. I feel connected to you right now, Landon. Normally around this time we'd be getting ready to walk out and I'd punch you in the shoulder, but I'm not gonna do it tonight.
Oh, well, thank you. Okay.
Well, Landon, I guess did we answer all those brats questions that they have so we can tell them tomorrow we answered their questions?
I think we did, but I have a feeling next week we're going to have even more.
Job never ends.
I feel like a lot of the questions of next week are going to be on, where's the leprechaun? Where did he go?
You got some questions.
Leprechaun?
You know what? I feel good, man. I might as well. I'll go out. I'll go out with you. We'll see. We'll see how it plays out. I'll go with you.
So we're going to go find a leprechaun? Okay, I'll go get my stuff. But we also have to make a rainbow. So we have to stop by the arts and crafts.
Whatever. You drive. I'm just going to sit on the passenger seat. Stop by the liquor store on the way to the arts and crafts store first. For me.
For the leprechaun? Oh, I see what game you're playing. Okay, let's go.